What is going on, Movie Meals? Movie Meals. We're here for the Movie Meals podcast. Let's, you know the drill. Exclusive on
Do
Patreon.
we?
$1 to join. Clip outs. They drop on Mondays. This one dropped a little late, and that's okay. Uh, but here we are. This probably I have a feeling be a shorter episode, unless for some reason Owl goes on a tangent. But we shall
For
see.
some reason.
For some reason, man,
It'll
pull out
happen,
your
folks.
Legos because I'm not old enough to not. I don't know what I'm saying. Let's just get into this here. Go get some Moo Meals merch, all that stuff down in the description. Like, subscribe, share. Go check out all the good stuff we've got on the old channel. Um, I just thought of another topic we can toss in at the end.
All
Um,
right.
so let's start with VFX. Kyle, this was you said you wanted to talk about this. So tell me what do you want? Why do you want to talk about VFX, the visual effects world here?
Well, Vulture put out an interesting article interviewing a bunch of different VFX artists who are working or not. Well, they probably have worked for studios such as Marvel, but they probably have quit recently. And pretty much they were complaining, or not complaining, they were giving legitimate concern over the working conditions and the working lifestyle of a VFX artist between um the long hours, the unfit work conditions, the unnecessary rescheduling of their work schedules to so that way they can redo like a climax of a movie that they already have worked on when it comes to the VFX work. And it just kind of made me sad because I think when it comes to not just Marvel, but for other movies as well, it has become noticeable that the VFX and the special effects when it comes to the CGI aspects of movies hasn't been very great, but there's context here for it now. And honestly, it's context that makes sense. I mean, particularly with the way that our movies and entertainment are now being handled. We're not just having movies go to theaters anymore. We're having them go straight to streaming as well. So they're pretty much doubling the workload for these VFX artists because they want the same quality of work to be done, not just for theaters, but also for streaming. But um, they probably don't have the manpower in all these VFX studios to like very or make it very possible. And they probably don't, especially with the pandemic, and they probably don't have the time or the hours, even though they probably have to work like over 64 hours a week or whatever the article mentioned, to be able to do it all and make it all look good, especially with studios who are probably worrying about the wrong things when it comes to the special effects, at least by the sounds of the article from Vulture. So it just made me feel bad for people working in that industry, and it made me feel um, upset that this is where the industry is heading, just with the overabundance of content in a way, and it's causing the visuals to not look as crisp as maybe they once did. So those are my quick 2 cents on it. I don't think it was that quick, but Alex, what about you? What do you think?
I pulled up the article. So the guy is a VFX artist, and uh said he worked for Marvel and that he was working 7 days a week, averaging about 64 hours a week on a good week. Said he
Hmm.
I've had coworkers sitting next to me break down and start crying. I've had people over the phone, and then he kind of goes into um just kind of the way everything is in terms of his perspective. And reading the article, I do think it is a lot of his perspective. And I'm sure there is a problem with the overabundance. I feel, uh, I mean, we haven't heard anybody come out and be like, yeah, I had the same problem. We haven't heard anybody come out and be like, I'm doing fine. Like, Marvel's not treating me poorly. Like, so this is just one guy. I think that's part of the reason the story came so fast. And everybody was like, oh my God. And then it went away so quickly. Because I'm not hearing people talk about it anymore. I do think there is an issue of overabundance, but I feel like this is a situation. If you're Marvel, you just should be creating more jobs, get more people, get more VFX artists. There's hundreds and thousands of people coming right out of college right now who want to do that. Bring those people in and expand, make jobs is my thought on this. Don't work one guy for 64 hours a week. Give him a normal work week and hire somebody else to do some other work with him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's what Marvel needs to do. Um, and he does say in the article that this is all big budgeted movies, and I agree with that. He also talked about how Marvel has a problem of hiring people who don't know how to do VFX, and then they come in and they're not sure what to do. I think that's got some weight and some not so much weight. I think some of those directors knew how to handle it even before they had given a big budget movie, and I think some directors are just good at naturally being able to adapt. That was probably the case for some of them. I'm thinking of like maybe the Captain Marvel directors and things like that. But um, yeah, I think it's interesting. We don't want to overwork anybody. Obviously, in Hollywood, they have that problem. But I don't. I take this a little bit with a grain of salt because it's one guy that I'm very sorry was overworked, and I'm sure that is a problem. But is this massive movement of all these issues? I'm not so sure. I would love to hear more. This doesn't strike me as a writer strike situation of so many writers being not getting work or overworked or this or that. You look at the airlines right now and they're protesting because they're overworked and things like that. We're not seeing that with VFX artists. So is are they all on Marvel contracts where they can't talk about it? I don't know. So I take it a little bit with a grain of salt. But any other thoughts on it?
I get I guess I see where you're coming from, but it does give me some pause that um it is possible that there's many people who feel this way, and that it could lead to a strike of some kind. I'm not on high alert for that to happen, like you said, like it just doesn't feel like it from where we're standing, but I wouldn't be shocked at all if there was multitudes of people working in this industry that feel the same as this guy did.
Oh,
And as
probably.
for the creating more jobs option, yes, I do agree with that to an extent, but at the same time, I also wouldn't be shocked if they hear like don't work here, like don't work for these guys, you know. I wouldn't be shocked if there is the rumblings going around of saying like you want to work at this place but not at this place. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't be shocked if that's also conversations being had in this part of the industry. And you know, it's also possible that we just don't have like the amount of VFX workers yet. I mean, the pandemic certainly has taken a hit on all sorts of you know, jobs throughout the country. So, and you know, we just don't have as many people working as we once did. So, I wouldn't be shocked if this was also part of the reason why that we just don't have
Probably, yeah.
those amounts of people quite yet. Or they're also hearing those conversations and they're being told to stay away cuz you will you will not have great working hours, and you will not see your family or friends, and you will not be able to leave their doors, and you know that sort of thing. So um again, I'm not on red alert, but it just makes me sad that it's starting to show, but it doesn't seem like anything's being done about it yet. And I hope that more people do speak up so that way something can be done, because they should have better working conditions, but we also should have better results from entertainment as well. So I think that's all I have to say on that matter.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. We need better results. The visual effects have been an issue, especially in Marvel, but it's just, I don't know. If it's one guy. One guy is whining right now, is what I'm hearing. And if I'm the one guy at my job whining, I feel like you got to take it with a little bit of a grain of salt. I could come home and say, I had coworkers crying next to me and nobody knows the truth because nobody else spoken out. I assume this is all true from this guy. Maybe he just had a bad experience. Maybe he didn't. Um, but if I'm Kevin Feige, go up to New Bob, say, look, man, I want to pump out 900 movies a day. So give me more money for the VFX artists. Let me put them on, get the guys who are already here on good jobs. Let me go find people who are qualified to come in and make it a bigger position. That's how you crank out great quality content more often. So that's to me, that's the solution. You can backpedal, you can say stop the content. Sure, that's just kind of, I think, an overabundance of Marvel. But if they make good product, they make good product. You know what I mean? But anyway,
Sure. I just don't trust this new Bob. I think he's more of a numbers guy
oh
without
yeah,
without actually
he is.
thinking about the filmmaking
I
people
miss old
part of
Bob.
it all.
I miss Iger.
Yeah,
I miss him.
but again, it's not. They keep saying Marvel, 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 but this guy probably did work for Marvel, so that's why it kept being brought up. But I wouldn't be shocked at all if these similar experiences are happening with some other studios as well.
Yeah, I don't think I would be either. I mean, it makes sense. But all right, let's move on to Batgirl here. Um, so this is news of today. The VFX happened a little while ago, but today DC's like, no more Batgirl. We're 90% done with the movie, but we hate it. We hate it. So they are not putting it anywhere. They stopped filming or something. This is rumored to be linked to I think is Alan Horn, former head of, I believe, Pixar, something like that. He was
No,
the head of something. What was he the head of at Disney?
Alan Horn was one of the heads of Disney. I forget what his title was, but he was at Disney. But I don't think it was particularly
I think
Pixar.
he was the head of entertainment. I think it was like Bob, whether it was new Bob or Bob Iger, and then they had their
Hmm.
branches. You know, who's in charge of the theme park? Who's in charge of my entertainment division of film and movies, TV, and everything? I think he was that.
Hmm.
Um, if I remember correctly. But now he's the full head of Warner Brothers. Is that what it is?
Possibly, I'd have to
What do
look that up.
you?
I only know that David
I'll look
Zaslav
it
from
up here.
Discovery became the CEO of Warner Bros. So I'm not sure what Alan Horn. Alan Horn also recently retired, so good on them to snag that guy.
Came out of retirement, yeah.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure. Um, but anyway, while Alex is looking that part up, an article from the New York Post that seems like where it originated from came out saying that the Batgirl movie that Warner Bros has been working on for a while isn't going to be in theaters or on HBO Max. Apparently, it's just completely shelved, and it's possible
VHS
this movie
baby.
won't see the light of day. It the last resort will be VHS. Good luck trying to find it. But apparently, this movie was reportedly $70 million to make. It might have also, well, according to the New York Post, it says that the source that the Post talked to said the budget was actually more than 100 million, which for a Batgirl movie, that's very surprising. But they did screen tests for audiences, but apparently those screen tests were so bad that Warner Bros was just like, you know what, let's just not do it anymore. And it's just wild because I can't think of a movie with a budget like this that has just gone completely shelved and quiet. Like normally they just wouldn't release the theater, or I don't know, like they wouldn't release, like normally with these types of projects you just don't see that happen. Like they'll just release it and just be done with it and take the hit. But I don't know if the new CEO from Discovery, Zaslav, is thinking like, boy, if it's this bad, there's no hope in saving it. Let's just scrap it because I want to do something different with DC anyway, or what. Um, and it's also possible this might be untrue. I mean, it doesn't look like in this report that Warner Bros. Has even commented about this, so it is an unnamed source as well that told the New York Post. So maybe something will come out later and saying this is not true, but it's just so shocking that um with this high of a budget that they just were like, nope, we're not even gonna bother, not even for streaming. Which even still, like if something's bad, you can put it on streaming at least, but nowadays, but to not do it at all is just wild to me. What about
It
you,
is
Al?
crazy. While I was listening to you, I was looking up some stuff about everything. So Alan Horn was the for 10 years served as Warner Brothers COO, as the president. When he went over to Disney, he was he became the chairman of he became chairman of Walt Disney Studios, which I believe is their entertainment section. Until he
Yeah.
left last year. He remained the chief creative officer until he retired at the end of last year, and now he's coming to Warner Brothers again as a consultant at the company.
Okay. So he
But
still gets
CEO
to
David
be on the golf
Zala,
course.
yeah, oh well, of course, got billions in his pocket. Yeah, so he's a consultant with the new CEO David Zalav. Is that how you say it?
Zaslav, I believe.
Zaslav. Um, And then so apparently because of COVID, the rumor is Batgirl went from a $75 million budget to a $90 million budget because of delays and protocols. They also not only shelved this project, but they shelved Scoob Holiday Hunt, the sequel to Scoob in 2020. Uh, thank God they shelved that. But that
Yeah, that
also
was a big bummer
apparently
for old Kyle.
Apparently, sources, according to this article right now from Variety, sources indicate that the production had cost Warner Brothers $40 million to stop Scoob as well. Um, I'm not seeing anything in this article about anything being shown. Maybe that's in the original article. I'm not seeing it in Variety's article that they showed footage of it. Um,
I believe the first to report it was New York Post, and that's what they said. So I don't know.
the New
Variety
York
might have more of a
Post.
clue than New York Post, but that's just where I saw the originated from.
Let's see here. I just pulled it up. Those Yeah, this reportedly $70 million movie. Source said the budget was actually closer to 100 million, probably that 90 million, which was doing test screenings for
Yeah.
audiences in anticipation for late 2022. Debut would rank. Um, those tests were said to be so poorly received by moviegoers that the studio decided to cut its losses. I mean, the New York Post is okay. I don't think of them when I think of the best sites for movie news.
No,
Um,
neither. Yeah, neither do I.
that very well could be true. Warner Brothers has had this problem of test screenings gone insanely well and the movie's garbage, or test screenings that go. I think test screenings is a small indication of something. I mean, I when I hear them, I'm like, okay, whoever they showed it to, or when executives are like, we loved our own movie. It's like, well, no, duh. We hope you loved your own movie. You're trying to sell it. Um, test screenings is a little bit different. So to me, it doesn't really, even if the movie's god awful, like it doesn't really make much sense to completely shelve the project. I thought I saw that they weren't even done filming, that they were still had some filming to do.
I mean, it's possible. I haven't known about the schedule
Maybe I'm
of
making
this
that up.
Batgirl movie, but it's just. But like you said, I'm not too sure how much of this New York Post article is correct. Again, it's just the originator, I believe. But even still, it's very odd that all these other sites that we're seeing, such as Variety, are kind of saying similar things. But I just don't understand what the idea not releasing it is. It doesn't have to be a theatrical release. It can be on streaming, and let's be honest, like streaming has kind of become reliable for studios who realize they have like a bad project to be able to just throw it on there and hope to get a few more subscribers. So I'm
Yeah, I
just
don't
am
know why
shocked
you don't
that
put it on. Why do you not put it on HBO Max if the movie's done? Even if it's horrible,
yeah.
there's a fan base of DC nuts who created a Snyderverse and convinced them to give him more money to finish his movie, and you're not going to just put Batgirl on there for those fans. I feel bad for Leslie Grace because she is amazing. She was amazing um
In the Heights, right? Yeah.
In the Heights, couldn't think of it. Amazing and In the Heights. She would be a great Batgirl. It was rumored that Michael Keaton was supposed to be in this. Brendan Fraser's in this movie. Um,
Yeah, playing a villain.
J.K. Simmons was playing Gordon. Can we finally just see him play Gordon? He would be a good Gordon. He's a great Gordon,
Poor
and I just really
guy.
want to see it other than two scenes, and they keep screwing him over. I don't get this. It just doesn't make sense. And now if the movie is done and they've shelved it, that doesn't mean we might not see it. Even if all the reports are being like, you'll never see it. All you nerds on TikTok, you're never gonna see your Batgirl movie. It's like, okay, that's just not true. It could still happen. It's just sitting on a shelf. You think of I always think of the Red Dawn remake with Chris Hemsworth, where he shot that movie and they were like, this movie sucks. So they threw it on the shelf. Nobody even knew it was made. And then Thor came out and everybody was like, holy cow, we really like this guy, Chris Hemsworth. And then they were like, oh crap, let's toss this movie out there we made 4 years ago. And there you go. So it could happen, maybe she blows
Mhm.
up Maybe they toss her in somewhere else in the DC universe. The fact that there's no news of the Flash, but you're going to end Batgirl is just ridiculous. The fact that I'm still going to have to watch Ezra Miller's Flash, but I don't get to see Leslie Grace probably be a pretty good Batgirl is absurd. But yeah, any other thoughts on this here?
Yeah, just a weird situation because you don't hear about this happening with a movie that's nearly $100 million to make, and not even. I mean, who knows? Maybe in like a few months they'll be like, "Just kidding, it's now going to HBO," and this won't matter at all. But even for not saying like we're skipping theaters and just going to HBO, I don't know. That's odd to me. Like, it can't have been that bad of a movie, right? Like, like there's how were the test screens that poor? It must have been an excuse of some kind. Like, I wonder if the new people running everything are just not convinced of this movie. Even still, that doesn't make sense. Just make it and throw it. I don't know. It's so weird to me. This is such a weird situation. We're probably never gonna know like the full details of this, but it's very fascinating. Like as I keep thinking more about of like what the real reasons could be, and maybe the real reason is that it's just test screens were that awful, but it couldn't have been that bad.
Apparently, the new David Zalazova. Sorry, I just can't do it. Yeah, he said he doesn't think Batgirl is theatrical, and he wants DC to be theatrical events. And it's like,
Fair,
okay,
okay,
put it in the movie theater, then it's theatrical. That's all you got to
or
do.
yeah. I mean, I mean, you could maybe we could be seeing this movie someday and be like, yeah, this was probably the right call to put it on streaming or something like that. But I don't know. It's $100 million movie, and you thought you hired the right guys. Like, why would it not be
Yeah,
able to be
I mean
good
the
for
Bad Boy
theaters?
2 directors. You don't think they can't do a great job? Why'd you hire them? They did a great job with the first 2 episodes of Miss Marvel.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot it was those same guys.
Yep. And I think a lot of
Yeah.
people
I don't
actually
know.
really
It's
liked
just
Bad Boys too.
uh two or no, the third one, right? How many are there? Three.
There are
They did
two.
the third Bad Boys.
There's only two Bad Boys,
No, there's three.
I believe.
Bad Boys for
There's
Life,
three
right?
Bad Boy movies.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they did the
I
third
thought that
one. Second
I
one was
thought
Michael
that
Bay,
was the
right?
second one.
No. No, I'm
What
almost
the
certain
heck are
now.
you talking about?
I'm feeling good about this one.
There are only two
Are you
Bad
looking it
Boy
up or you,
movies, I thought. Yeah. Are
no,
there more than
there's three.
three or two? It's Bad
No,
Boys
there's
for Life.
three. Bad Boys, I think it was released before the pandemic.
Bad Boys for Life? Yeah, I remember it when it came out.
Yeah, that's the third one.
Oh, you're right. There are three. Well, I'm just
Yeah.
not up on my Bad Boys knowledge. Will Smith, your apology wasn't an apology. Sorry. It wasn't. Don't
Oh, I
slap
actually
people at
never
the
saw
Oscars.
it. I actually
I didn't
didn't
watch
see
it either.
that
No,
apology.
just kidding.
How bad? Oh, how
It's
bad was
no,
it?
I'm kidding. It's he looks like he's got a gun pointed at his head the whole time.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just like,
Jada's.
bro, I'm sorry, whatever's going on in your family's life, but like you shouldn't have walked up and hit somebody. If I had done that on a live stage, I'd been tossed in jail. Like I just,
Yeah,
it's just weird. I like Will Smith a lot. I just feel bad for
celebrities
whatever
are
he's
weird,
going through.
man. They're a
Yeah.
weird
But
breed.
anyway, Batgirl, put it on HBO. Stop it. Put it on HBO at the very least. At least give me a VHS. I've got a VHS player. I can make it happen. Come on,
Yeah,
DC. Give me the
come
only
on, guys.
VHS copy of Batgirl. Put it in 4K, the first ever 4K VHS. Let's
Do
make
you
it happen.
think? Do you think if they made it in VHS, it would be the plastic book cover type of cover, or would it be like a sleeve, just like a cardboard sleeve?
Oh no,
Do
it's
you?
plastic. Just like Pokemon the movie 3 right here,
Okay,
baby.
that's what. Okay, that was my thought too.
Plastic.
you after
Still
spending
got
a
her.
hundred million, after spending $100 million, make $5 for the plastic. Don't go cheap with the cardboard.
Let me talk about VHS for a second. So
All
I
right, let's
the other
lay it
day,
on me.
I have had one long week up to where we're filming here. The last 2 weeks has been insanely stressful for me. Like some of the most stressed I've been in a long time. Long time. And the other day, I was talking to my brother when I visited him about a month ago. We were talking about like movies we watch as kids. How about you having like Pokemon the third movie over there? We were talking about the Digimon movie, the original Digimon movie, and how amazing of a soundtrack it has. And I was like,
Yeah.
man, I kind of low key want to rewatch that. And he was like, do it. And then the other day, like literally, the other day, it was yesterday. I finished everything. Like my life felt like I was finally calmed down. I had nothing to do all day. I was like, I'm gonna take a lazy day. And I was like, man, I don't know what I want to watch. I was rewatching an anime, and I was like, I'm just not feeling it. I've already seen it, even though I love the anime. I was just, I just one of those days you're not in the mood. And I was like thinking of maybe starting a sitcom I've thought about, and I was like, I don't know if I'm ready for that big of a commitment. I was like, what do I want to watch? I was like, oh, I was talking to Nick about the Digimon movie. I was like, I'm gonna watch this. You can't find it anywhere. So I found it on a site that shall not be named. And I was almost
Ow.
rolling on the floor laughing. Kyle, it was such a good time. Honestly, go rewatch great movies from your childhood that are not actually great, but you just have such nostalgia for. The lines in that, the dialogue was incredibly funny. I
Mhm.
was rolling laughing. It was so, and the soundtrack truly does slap. It was All Star was in that before Shrek stole it, and everybody's like, Shrek did it first. It did not. Digimon did, baby. It was
At
it
least
was
that
one
held
of the
up.
best, like the most, like an hour and 40 minutes. And so I came back and I was like, I gotta find this. There's gotta be like a DVD or something for, $10 or something that I like, that I could find. No DVD exists. You can only get it on VHS. And
Wow.
it's like $50. And I low key thinking about it. Been thinking about it
It's
because I was like, man, that
wait,
might
it's
be something just for the
15?
shelf.
15 or 50?
No, $50 on the VHS because
$50.
now it's low key a little collectible. That's
Yeah,
what it is now. Kyle, Pokemon cards get sold for like $1 billion these days. Our
that's
childhood is money, monetization.
apparently
But
it's crazy.
that's my advice.
Just do it.
I'm thinking about it. Go just to have it like right
Treat
here on the
yourself.
shelf somewhere. I just bought some more manga. And I bought some basketball shoes. I've been treating myself plenty.
So, do it
Bought all
again.
these bad boys just the other day, just a couple weeks ago. All this beautiful Naruto manga.
I thought it looked new.
Hell yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't notice.
I said I had something to add to the show at the top, and I do not remember what that was. Anything
Uh-oh.
else we wanted to
Maybe
talk
you'll
about? Let's talk
did we
about the
wanna
movies of the year. You wanted to talk about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it'd
What
be
the
fun. It's the
heck
middle
have
of the
I even
year.
seen?
Let's
God, go to
talk.
Letterbox. Follow us on Letterbox. Are we about
Yeah,
halfway
follow
through the
us on
year? Are we at
Letterbox.
6 months? We're past 6 months. This is our seventh month, or
Yeah,
no? We're in
well,
the
you
eighth
know.
month now. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, well,
Holy
I guess it
moly!
has been more than the past month, but what the heck? We need to fill some time and maybe this
Right.
will be a peek into our end of the year list or
We
something.
all know you've got a list on Letterbox already made. Al does not have one. It doesn't exist. He needs to make it. Just got to look at my activity over the year. See
Yeah,
what I've
yeah,
been
fair
watching.
enough.
It doesn't go back far enough.
Doesn't go back far enough. Do you want me to start while you're looking?
Here we go. No, I found it. I found it. I'm just yeah. Go
All
ahead.
right.
What are some of your favorite movies? Not in no particular order, except what's number one. What are
The
some of your favorite movies of the year?
first title I'm seeing right now is The Northman. I feel like that needs a bit more love.
Northman was
I
good.
thought there was like a little bit of hype for it, and then it kind of came and went. So I just want to shout it out now. I have no idea if it's going to be at the end of the year list or whatever it's going to be, but I still remember that one even back when it was released in March or April or something like that. But I really like that director, Robert Eggers. I
Did I
think
not
that
review it?
you know it's it's um, it's really cool. It's epic, but the story feels very character driven, which I liked. So I like that good balance of what he did and all of the visuals when it comes to the cinematography, but also with the practical elements was all very well done. It made me feel like I was in like the moments of the movie. So that's one that I want to give some love to.
What the heck
And I
is
don't
it on
remember if
here?
you reviewed it. Did we review it? I know I have it on Letterbox
No, I just remember
as a
I'm looking at
review
my
at least.
letterbox. I just don't see it of my diary of movies that I have like given
You missed
ratings
one.
to, and I double checked. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, and I don't see it on here.
Well,
Weird.
that's
Well, this
weird.
isn't gonna be accurate. Here we go.
All my 4
Films.
stars
Just
are
look
now
at
1
films.
stars.
Yeah, Northman I really liked. Nope. Recent. I think Nope is spectacular. The
Yeah.
people who are criticizing it, I think are being ridiculous. I'm looking at you, Logan Paul. Do you see that in the news?
Yeah,
Logan
let's
Paul
yeah,
went
let's
on like a
let's take
40
his
tweet
criticism
tirade.
serious.
It was like, my guy.
Yeah.
I like it's there were a couple
Did you
things I
watch
was
the
like, I could
movie?
see that. Well, there were a couple things he said that I was like, okay, that's fair. And then a lot of it I was like, dude, that's the point. Like you're whining that you're not being spoon fed. I'm sorry, you're not being spoon fed. But Nope, I think
Which
is
is so
great. I think Nope is awesome.
yeah. Yeah, it's so weird.
Another
Like
great.
this is the
Go ahead.
movie that I expected. Sorry, real quick. This Nope was the
No,
movie
go
that I
ahead.
kind of expected to um kind of be the most audience friendly. Like it's still like a thinker, but you get the gist of like what the movie is far more than with the likes of Get Out or Us, where you have to like really think about like the themes or some of the metaphors that are in the movie. With Us, or sorry, with Nope, it still does that, but I think to a lesser degree, to where you are still on board with it, but you don't have to like really think about it. And I don't know. I wish more people love Nope. It doesn't seem like it's getting as much love as I thought it would, and I just
How
think
did
Get
it
Out
do at
was
the box
such
office? Get Out
what
was
was
such
it?
a
It
what?
was
I'll
like
look it up. I'll look it up.
40 million, something like that.
I'll
But
look it up. What about Get Out?
oh, it's just such a fantastic movie that I feel like everyone's hoping that every movie he does is that level, and it's like, no, he still is making good movies, but they're obviously not gonna. It's gonna be hard to top Get Out. Like, cut the guy a little bit of slack. Like, he's still doing a good job. So I don't know. I just am seeing this trend now between Us and Nope, and I don't know. It's just kind of frustrating, but yeah. No. Anyway, Nope is
What?
very good as well.
This says it's made about $83 million. It's not open domestic or internationally. It's only been a domestic release, apparently.
Yeah, I think
Hmm.
internationally it's like middle of August, so we're coming up.
Oh, okay, okay. Um, yeah, I think Nope's great. Another movie that just is incredible, Top Gun. Man, how
Yes,
freaking
sir.
good was Top Gun Maverick? It is so flippin' good. That's a great movie from the year.
Mm-hmm.
Northman, I'm with you. There's a couple in here. I mean, I really had a great time with Sonic 2. I think it's the best, probably kids movie so far this year. It was just a lot of freaking fun.
Yeah.
Unless there's like an incredible kids movie I'm missing here. I saw Red. I thought Red was okay. Um, we talked about that a
The
while
Pixar movie.
ago. Yeah.
I give it a
Um,
bit more credit than that. I enjoyed Red or Turning Red, whatever
yeah,
it was called
it
now.
was it was fine. It was a good movie. It was okie dokie. But it wasn't Sonic 2. You didn't even see Sonic 2. You can't even talk about it.
I didn't
Um,
compare the two. I'm just giving Turning Red some love.
I mean the movie of the
Speaking of
year is oh no,
ooh,
go ahead. You go ahead.
well, a movie I want to give some love to is The Lost City. It's not going to be in my top 10, but I'm just
Oh
happy to see a
god.
rom-com do as well as it did, and I thought it was fun. Like,
You know what's
you
crazy?
know,
My mother
not a big
went to
deal.
that movie. She was talked about it for like 2 weeks after to come out. She's like, "I really want to go see it before it leaves." And I said,
Mhm.
"Kyle loved it." I was like, "Kyle just adored it." She came back and she goes, "What is Kyle on?" She hated it. She thought it was awful.
Hated it.
I
What's there to hate?
don't know if she hated it, but she did not was not a fan. Um,
Bummer. I don't know. It's a good time.
yeah, is it?
Yeah,
Is it a
I don't
good
know. I
time,
thought it was
Kyle?
cute. I thought it was cute.
Um,
Speaking of cute movies, Ambulance was cute.
Ambulance was fun.
Yeah, yeah. I guess I'm surprised, but also not surprised by how it performed. I think people are kind of done with Michael Bay and are still burned out by the Transformers movies, but I don't know. This one was all the Bayisms, but it just worked. Like it was just a smaller story, but still had the over the top Michael Bay elements to where I was like, I'm on board with it. Like, why not? Another fun
I take
theater
my
experience for me.
I take the animation back. Chip and Dale is actually the best kids movie of the year, but it didn't
You
go
think so?
wide in theaters. Chip and Have you seen Chip and Dale? It's hysterical.
Yeah, we reviewed it together.
So what you haven't seen the amazement that is Sonic 2 and you think Turning
Yeah.
Red is good. What's better than Chip and Dale?
I haven't really
The
like
bad guys?
I haven't seen The Bad Guys. I haven't seen many of the animated
Super
movies this year, to
friends?
be
Or
honest.
whatever it is, the
Super
super
Friends,
animals?
Super Pets.
Yeah, whatever
Yeah,
the
I
heck it was
skipped that one
called.
as well. I don't know. I guess it's Turning Red for me. I really liked Turning Red.
Oh, stop. Chip and Dale was hysterical. The best movie of the year is Everything Everywhere All at Once. I don't even think it's close so far in the year. It is my favorite
So
movie of the
far.
year. Bought it as soon as it came out. I have not
Nice.
rewatched it since I bought it, but I might be putting it on now. Because it is freaking excellent. I
Yeah.
absolutely adored uh that movie. It is close to possibly being one of the best movies of all time for me. I gave it 4.5 out
Wow.
of 5.
Yeah.
I gotta rethink it here. But Everything Everywhere All at Once is just incredible.
No, I'm with you there too. It's probably currently like my favorite movie so far. I'm really curious to see how the second half of this year, if that's possibly going to change, but it is like leading the pack right now. The Batman obviously is going to be like thought about it for me as well. Like I was very impressed by how great the Batman ended up being, but then Everything
Oh
Everywhere All at
yeah, the
Once came
Batman's
out,
right
and I'm
there.
like, yeah, I'm like those two are pretty darn good. Like
It's true.
I
The
have
Batman's
to,
amazing.
mhm, for sure.
Here's two I'll give shout outs to for a fun
Ooh,
little
do it.
a very great little indie horror movie is Fresh on Hulu with Sebastian Stan and Daisy Edgar
Nice.
Jones who is gonna be something. She is very 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 talented. Um, and the other one actually is probably the only documentary I've seen, but the I'm rereading the book, so that's why I thought of it. But the Harry Potter 20th reunion anniversary thing they did, I thought was excellent. That came out in early 2022. It is a great documentary, kind of revisiting the world of Harry Potter on their anniversary. And I mean, after the Friends reunion they did on HBO, which was horrendously bad, this was so much better. And they really got down to like what made Harry Potter so great. Rereading the books has just like I'm about to do a full rewatch of all the movies here soon. So because it's been a minute. But I that movie stuck out to me very very well. I think, or that documentary, I think it was great.
I forgot that came out this year, to be honest. That feels like a
Yeah,
lifetime
I did.
ago now. Yeah, and I'll cap it off by mentioning RRR. We talked about it on the podcast many podcasts ago. There's a clip on it on YouTube. By the way, everyone, thank you for watching that clip. And also, I'm still sorry for calling it a Bollywood movie and not a Tollywood movie. So, just again, one more apology.
Poor guy.
But no, that movie is a blast, and that one might also be rivaling. Everything Everywhere and the Batman. So a three-headed race, I
I've
guess, for
seen
me.
more about RRR. I've seen more of it starting to pop back up on film Twitter here. Uh, Eventually, I'm gonna
Hmm.
check it out because I do want to see it. High
Yeah, it's on
recommendations from
Netflix.
a lot of good people.
Hmm.
Yeah, I just need to sit down and do it. I've been watching a lot of stuff lately. Um,
So
why are
did
you
you ever
laughing?
remember what that final topic was going to be? I'm laughing because I remembered
New,
you forgetting about the final topic.
new. Did
Bummer.
no clue. No clue.
Maybe you'll
Men
be
was another
surprised
really
next
great
week.
horror movie this year. Men was awesome.
I need to check that one
Men
out
was
because
awesome.
I hear you and another buddy of ours say like it's really great, and at the same
It's
time, there's also
so
some other
freaking
critics out there who
crazy.
didn't
It's
really like it.
crazy.
That's just what I'd heard too.
Who?
Like it's
Who?
insane.
Who didn't like it?
I don't know, critics. I was just scrolling through Twitter. I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, it's not for everybody, but it was very much for Al. And yeah, I guess we'll
That could
cap the
mean
show off
anything.
here with the best movie of the year, and that was Morbius. And I can't wait for Morbius 2.
Absolutely.
It's
It's
Morbid
it's
time.
morbid
So
time.
um let's start a campaign to get Kyle to watch Sonic 2. All right, guys, what'd you think of our conversations today? Remember to like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. This is a good time and my battery's dying. Thank you to the Moon Meal patrons. Go join that. Go get some merch. It's all linked down in the description. Go check out all of our other great videos. And as always, thank you for watching, Mom.
See you guys.